Hello, you beautiful bastards, and welcome to my so-called show. 9 years ago, I saw the release of a little-known thriller called The Accountant. It was about an autistic accountant called Christian Wolff, played by Ben Affleck, who gets caught up in a conspiracy, but was also very handy at cooking the books for dodgy people, while also showing he could kick some serious ass. It was a decent but flawed movie, with Ben Affleck delivering one of his best performances. Yes, it even tops his performance in Gigi. And while it wasn't the biggest hit, it still gained enough love to warrant a sequel. But can this sequel top the original, or is this just a write-off? Well, slutty ladies and not so gentlemen, this is The Accountant Squared. I mean 2.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
The Accountant 2 sees former agent Raymond, played by J.K. Simmons, meeting up with some mysterious hot sexy assassin babe named Annie, played by that chick who played a less sexy version of Faye Valentine in Cowboy Bebop. He asks her to track down some missing children, but some dodgy assholes interrupt his little date, so he writes a message on himself and after escaping their clutches, gets gunned down anyway. His replacement, Meredith Medina, played by Cynthia Adol Robinson, is sent to identify him as she notices the message on his arm. She investigates Raymond's case before seeking the help of Christian Wolff, who then asks for his estranged brother Brax to accompany him. And while Medina isn't too happy with their methods, they start to uncover a conspiracy involving child slavery. The Accountant 2, while not perfect, does improve on the first. It adds more levity, more personality, and develops the characters more, especially the brothers. Ben Affleck once again convinces us Rain Man on badass pills Christian Wolff, and it's good to see him trying to actually socialise more and even attempt to build a connection with someone while also allowing Affleck to show off a gift for deadpan humour.
I thought I saw an Airstream in one of your photos?
Yes, that's my home.
Uh,
That's where I live.
oh, permanently?
Well, as long as I'm alive.
Oh.
Eventually, this body will be a corpse.
And although his condition holds him back socially, he is still able to use it with the case. And when he needs to get brutal, he gets brutal. Bethnal returns as Brax, and this time he gets more screen time to develop as a character. He's a sociopath, and while he can mix with people a little bit more than his brother can, even he is lonely and seeking some companionship.
Look at this. Yeah. That's Greg.
Unconvincing.
What do you mean unconvincing? That's Greg. I'm getting this dog.
Well, you like the idea of a dog.
Anybody who has a dog likes the idea of getting a dog. It's why they got the dog in the first place.
Both he and Affleck really sell the relationship, and I like how they both revert back to being kids, with Brax going out of his way to wind up Christian, and Christian getting very annoyed. It's something that makes the relationship feel more organic. But there is a real tragedy to the relationship. Brax loves his brother, but is angry that he hasn't tried to reach out to him and has only contacted him when he needs him. There's a moment where Brax asks Christian if he cares or if it's just his condition, and Christian's response is pretty heartbreaking. But as the movie goes on, they do end up bonding again, and it is pretty touching. Robinson is given more relevance to the plot, a lot more here than she did in the first movie, and does a good job being the moral backbone to the morally ambiguous Christian and Brax Wolff. And I also like how Justine has evolved as a character, going out of her way to help Christian connect with people more. I even like how she's expanded her whole operation into some secret service with autistic kids, even though they're doing pretty unethical things that verges on violating people's privacy. And even though she's mostly a voice on a computer, voiced by Alison Wright, that's being typed by a woman unable to communicate like a normal person, played by Alison Roberts, I do still buy the relationship between her and Christian. While the trailers marketed this as a more comedic outing, it thankfully doesn't go that far. When it gets dark, it gets dark. Yeah, there's more levity, but the movie takes itself seriously enough not to turn into a fucking James Gunn movie. And not only that, it does lead to some awesome shootouts with both our leads kicking some serious ass, while also showing a little hint of redemption for the cynical Brax. Sadly, the plot thread with assassin Daniel Pineda somehow comes across more as an afterthought to the main plot, despite her tragic backstory. It's like she's part of a separate storyline that's inconsistently placed throughout the actual movie to the point of convoluting the story. Not only that, she critically injures a main character with no remorse, yet moments later we are supposed to sympathise with her. In fact, why did Richmond have to meet with her to help his case? Why didn't he ask Medina to track down Christian Wolff for him as a favour in the first place? But sadly, Medina also fucks off halfway through to get involved in the Annie storyline, and we're not given a proper main villain for our protagonist to go against. Just a bunch of guys that even the main characters have little to no interaction with. At least the first movie had John Lithgow's Blackburn for Christian to take on. But then again, there is news of a third one in development, so if some of this stuff is building up to flesh the Anais storyline more in the next installment, I will retract the criticism. While I love the chemistry and buy the bond between Affleck and Berthnall, some of the dialogue could have been trimmed down a little in order to give the film more pace. If you've seen the trailers, then unfortunately you've pretty much had the majority of the movie given away. For fuck's sake, why do all these fucking idiots who cut these trailers persist in giving away nearly the whole movie every fucking time? Trailers are supposed to keep us in the dark about the whole movie while still hyping us for it. This is pure incompetency that the marketing department must be punished for allowing to happen. And I know just the right punishment for the occasion.
Skin him. Toss him over the balcony.
But while I have my criticisms, this is still a touching, bone-crunching, hard-hitting action thriller with two likeable leads that, despite some inconsistency, vastly improves on the first. Is it worth the ticket price? Yes, it is, and you can account on that.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
And whether you beautiful bastards are Northern, English or not, thanks for watching. And do remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, and to ring that bell in order to be notified. And if you wish to further support this channel, then the links are in the description below. But right now, that's me done, and I'm off to the pub.